Come on. Eee. Swing. Today's a very breezy day out here in Las Vegas, but the temperature is just right. It's about almost 80 degrees out here. Feeling perfect. You know, today's my BMW day. For a lot of you guys wondering, what the hell is a BMW day? Today's the day that I drive my wife to work. She's out here making her rounds. You know, we have our schedule where the days that I take off, I would take her around. So it'll be a lot more easier for her to get in and out of the homes and do her visits. But, you know, today's video, what I really wanted to talk about is, hey man, how you can really have a successful relationship with a woman from a different culture. You know, it's not as difficult as most people think it is. Just a lot of compromise in life. Unless you don't have that compromise and you're willing to learn from each other, or you're willing to accept your faults and fix it, you're really not going to have that good relationship. So you had a good day today, babe?
Yes.
It was a long day.
Very good for me because I have you with me.
Yeah. Well, you all call it, Filipino call it BMW.
Yes, bring me to work.
Bring me to work. So, what I was saying, I used to have a problem when I used to see a lot of these nurses and these therapists used to have their husband driving them around. And I used to wonder, why the hell are they doing that? But this was years ago when I was super busy. You know, before I actually met you, I used to run like 7 days a week then, just hustling. And I used to see, every time I show up somewhere, sometimes I see nurses that show up at the same time, or sometimes I would run into the PTs when I'm showing up at people's home. And I used to see the husband sitting in the vehicle, just driving them around, and I'm like, why aren't these guys working?
That's their work.
But I get it. That is their work. You know, these girls figure, I should say ladies, you know, they figure they're making a lot more money. And instead of having someone watch their kids, why don't the husband just drop the kids off, come and pick them up, and drive them around? Yes. You know, I couldn't understand it because, you know, as a guy, an independent guy, always doing for others, I couldn't get it. It's like, man, these guys are so damn lazy. You know, but that's not really the case. You know, when I really start asking questions, you know, these ladies will explain to me the reason why they're doing, you know, what they're doing. So I get it, you know. It makes more sense. It does make a lot of sense. It really does. You know, for a lot of guys, especially, you know, there's some males here, and I'm speaking here in America, there's a lot of men here that figure, you know, if I'm not really going out there making money and earning my keep, you know, they don't feel good, or they just don't want a woman who's making more money than them. See, I never had that issue. You know, never really had that issue worrying about how much money a woman is making. I mean, that's I never had that kind of that ego. But you know, for some guys, they have a problem with that. You know, but babe, how do you think this relationship, you know, keep working so well for us?
Understanding and being open. For me, I think being open.
Look at this guy.
I know, I saw it.
I mean, look how selfish people are here in the road.
I saw it. He don't want it to
And we
go
all-
ahead of him.
We all gonna get up to the same
So
stoplight.
like, I want to be ahead.
You know, at first, I used to say, I said, man, is this really gonna work between me and this woman? You know, because I'm so different and she's so different. And
Open mind.
plus we butt heads sometimes.
Yes.
And still do.
I think that's part of it.
It is. It is. And I don't I get to the point where I understand where you're coming from. But you know, I still get a little frustrated sometimes when you use excuses when you know I'm correct.
Because you always have to get reasons.
No, but you don't really have to give an excuse all the time, especially if you know I'm right. You know, but your thing is you always have to come back with an excuse instead of saying, okay,
I don't know why it is so hard.
because you're stubborn and you wonder where our daughter get that from. You know?
Not for me.
That's not me. I see, my personality is so different. You know, if I'm upset, you know me already. I have to say what I have to say, and then when I'm done, I'm done. That's it. You with this Filipino stuff, you guys have to hold on to things for a little bit. Like, why? If we already done talk about it and resolve the situation, why even continue with it don't make sense to me. You know, because I hate to hold on to things.
It's the difference.
My mother always used to say to me, say what you want to say, get it out your system. Once it's out your system, you'll see how better you feel. And she's right.
Yes.
You know, she was 100% correct. Because I find that's why you always say, why do you always have to keep? Because it makes me feel better when I'm done.
If you can release it.
Yes.
No, but we do consider before we release it. What is that? We keep it until it's too much, then we release it. Then it's
But then
bad.
that's tearing your inside out, because then when
That's
you get to a point that you have to let things out, then so many things come out on top of that.
That's true. But because we care, and when it's not too much for
Mhm.
us to burst out, we can handle it because we can still think that, oh, I don't want to see this, I don't want to hurt her feelings, or I don't want to, upset or cause any trouble or problem or arguments or something.
So you think this is a cultural thing?
I don't know, maybe.
It could be. I don't know. What do you guys call it? Tampo thing?
Tampo.
But, now we're having this conversation, a lot of guys always say, well, how do you make a relationship work with a woman from a different culture? I say, how do you make any relationship work with a woman from your own culture? Understanding, compromising. Because if you don't have that compromise in any relationship, it's not going to work. And everybody can't be right. You might think your point is right. I know sometimes I think my point is right. But if I know I'm wrong, what do I always do?
You're so quick to admit that you're wrong.
That I'm wrong. Because it's easy, so we can move on to something else. It is so easy to do. That's why I said, my daughter, she has that part of me, but the part that she has, that I'm seeing in her personality is yours. I'm like, man. I said, Jesus, get all of mine. Get all of mine.
You think your personality is nicer than mine?
I think it's more calm in a sense when it comes to certain things. But I see the things that she does sometimes that you say I do to you. When she do it, oh man, I'm like, I don't like that.
See?
So I can see when I keep saying the same thing over and over again. But I see where you're coming from, because she has that side of me, and when she do it, I'm like, oh man, God.
You express it already, but it's not all. It's not released.
It's not
Day,
enough.
day,
We
it's
gotta
not
keep
enough.
yeah.
Repeat it, repeat it, repeat it.
But having her,
As your shadow,
yes, it made me realize that,
you see yourself.
don't do that.
It's annoying, right?
It is. It is. Because she picks up on everything, and she watches me. And, she more follows me than she does you.
Very
And
good,
I'm like,
love.
I said,
Very
oh my
good.
God. I said, nah. Mm-mm.
Always show Dada how he is, right?
Well,
love.
thank God for her. thank God for her. So. But, no, I can't really, there's really no magic in that. Compromising, understanding each other,
Yes, number one.
and you got to talk to each other.
Patience.
Yeah, it is so important to have that, because if you don't have that in a relationship, then the relationship is not gonna work. And I see a lot of people, they get into these relationships, or I see these marriages, and a lot of people have expectation. Some people just get into marriage because it's a convenience. They want something. The man wants something from the woman wants something from the man. But then when your wants and needs are not met to the standard that you want it,
I don't think that's a strong relationship.
it's not a strong relationship, and those relationships really not going to last.
It's basing to that.
It's really not, But a lot of people get into things blindly. They really don't think things through and say, well, what if this really not going to really continue to work out the way that I planned it to work out? Then what are we going to do?
And it's really important to have the feelings, though.
Yes, you do. I think you have to. You gotta strong bond, strong love.
For you to have the patience.
It goes a long way. Yes, and that patience is key. It's really key, because I know for me, for the 2 years before you and I got together, I had to learn you, and I had to learn ways of knowing how to have you deal with me also, because
Yes.
we all have our different personality, our different mindset, how we deal with things. So I needed a time to make sure that
you're difficult.
Sometimes I can be, but that's not anymore.
You sure?
No, I'm sure.
Love, do you agree?
She's probably back there sleeping.
Oh yeah, she's
knocked out. Because you're not hearing anything. But no, you really do have to have feelings for each other, and love each other, and have that understanding, and not really going into that relationship as if it's a transaction. Okay, I'm coming in with the money, you need a better lifestyle, so I'm going to give you that better lifestyle, but here's what you're going to do for me.
Take care of me.
Take care of me. I get sick, I can't do this, you do all of this for me. But that can only last for so long. It really can, because as these women get accustomed to that better lifestyle, they're going to see somebody else out there who's living a better lifestyle than them. And if people start whispering in their ear, and they're feeling, well, I don't have to keep putting up with this stuff. I don't want to do this anymore with this man that I'm with, if I know I can find something else. And then once those women start showing you that they really don't feel the same, or they don't want to continue doing, what you guys planned in the first place, then these men, they don't know what to do. They really don't know what to do. They don't know how to react, or sometimes they lash out.
Yeah.
They would blame other men for what's happening in their lives. No, It's
Maybe
because,
you're gonna be paranoid.
yes, you went into that relationship in the wrong way. And now you have to deal with what you get, you know? But it's not a magic pill, people. It's really not a magic pill. Like I say, you know, we've been together for a long time. You know, we're still working through things. Still got to deal with a lot of things. You know, nothing come easy. But make sure that you choose the right woman. You know, take your time. Don't rush.
Pray to have feelings develop.
Exactly. But anyway, man, you know, hopefully you guys enjoy this conversation here with us. You know, I'm just going to include you guys in some of the conversation that we normally have. Let you all know how this relationship is working, and you know how we get along with each other. Sometimes we do fuss. We still fuss, you know, because we're still learning each other. But we love each other, care for each other, have a beautiful daughter together, and it's good. But you can have that too, but just choose right. But anyway, man, we're gonna peace on out, man. Peace on out.